1G. 1G, or first generation, came out in the early 1980s, and this was the first time people could call someone wirelessly. It was created because back then, phones were still connected to cables, meaning you could only make calls from certain places like homes or offices, which made phone calls inconvenient. That's why the 1G mobile network was created, allowing people to make phone calls wirelessly. And all of this was possible because 1G used analog transmission, which converted your voice into radio signals and sent the signal through the air. However, even though 1G phones were portable, they were still thick and heavy compared to the phones we use today. And unlike phones with modern mobile networks that already support internet access, navigation, and online gaming, 1G was designed literally only for voice calls. It couldn't even send text messages, which is why 1G phones only had a small screen mainly for showing numbers during calls. And despite being specifically made for voice calls, the 1G network had many problems. For example, during phone calls, voices could sound unclear because analog radio signals often picked up noise and echoes. On top of that, the 1G network has no encryption feature yet. So if someone had a radio scanner and scanned your phone's radio frequency, they could listen to your phone call without you knowing. Another problem was that you could only talk for around 20 to 30 minutes before the phone died. That's because the analog technology in 1G had to continuously convert your voice into radio signals and transmit them, and this used a lot of energy. So in the end, since 1G and its phones had too many problems, the 2G network was created later to fix those issues. 2G. 2G came out in the early 1990s, and this is where mobile networks switched from analog to digital signals. So instead of sending your voice as radio waves like in 1G, which made calls sound distorted and easy to eavesdrop on, 2G converted your voice into digital data that sounded much clearer and more secure. And since 2G used digital signals, phones could finally send SMS text messages. And this feature was great because sometimes people just wanted to say something briefly without having to make a call. Other than that, 2G also introduced mobile data. The earliest version was called GSM, but the data speed was only around 14.4 kilobits per second, which was extremely slow and not enough for real internet browsing yet. Later on, GSM was upgraded to GPRS, or also known as 2.5G, which increased speeds to around 80 kilobits per second.